Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Logan and today we're going to be looking at some Lenormand card meanings. So we're going to be looking at some of their keywords, the alignments for the cards, some themes that are encompassed by the cards, as well as how these cards might answer questions concerning timing. Per usual, what I'm giving you today is my opinion on these things, so if something else works better for you, by all means, do what works for you. Divination is a totally subjective art, so to each their own. All right, without further ado, our first card is 25, Ring. Its keywords are vow and partnership, and its alignment is neutral. The ring card tends to symbolize commitment, so it can speak to what we bind ourselves to in both figurative and in literal senses. As such, ring can often represent relationships, be they romantic, platonic, or professional in nature. It can also show us how certain aspects, patterns, or events in our lives are linked together, like links on a chain. Lastly, since it does have that circular shape, it can represent things being cyclical and ongoing. Now, in questions of timing, the ring card can symbolize things being continual or cyclical. It can represent something occurring once you commit to something. And as card number 25, it can also represent something happening on the 25th of the month in 25 days or, things like that. So that is the ring card. Next, we have card 26, Book. Its keywords are knowledge and secret, and its alignment is neutral. So the book card often represents information, typically information that we don't have yet. So this can mean that enlightenment is on its way or that we actively need to do research ourselves. It can denote secrecy. It can also represent education, schools, universities, libraries, or even web searches. Now, when it comes to questions of timing, the book card can point to it being a matter of this thing will happen once we've researched it sufficiently. And then as card number 26, of course, that means it can represent something happening on the 26th of the month or in 26 days. So that is the book card. Next, card 27, Letter. Its keywords are missive and document, and its alignment is neutral. So the letter card often represents literal letters as well as any form of written communication. So that can be through text message, email, fax, even handwritten notes. It can represent invitations, job offers, resumes, contracts, test results, invoices, receipts, that kind of thing. It can also symbolize medical or legal documents and paperwork. Now, when it comes to questions of timing, as it is indeed a letter, that can kind of lend itself to the whole your check is in the mail vibe. So something might be on its way and we just have to wait for it. It can also indicate that perhaps what we're waiting on won't happen until we, do some actual correspondence written wise to make it happen. Lastly is card number 27. That does indicate that it could be taking place on the 27th of the month or in 27 days. So that is letter. Next, we have card 28, Man, and card 29, Woman. So these are going to be the significator cards in the Lenormand deck. They both have a neutral alignment, and basically one is going to symbolize the querent of your reading, and the other one is going to symbolize someone else in the querent's life. Now, more modern Lenormand decks usually contain extra man and woman cards, as well as non-gendered person cards. This is great because not every scenario that you're going to be doing a reading about is going to concern one man and one woman. It might be a couple of guys at, your querent's work that the reading is about. It might be about your wife and your mother-in-law. It's good to have options, and non-binary people exist as well. So that's that as far as these being significators. In questions of timing, the significator cards could represent something happening on the birthday of your querent, or perhaps somebody else important in their life, or it could represent something happening when a certain, masculine individual comes into play, or a certain feminine individual. There's a lot of room for intuiting what can happen when these two cards answer timing questions. Also, as card 28 and 29, they could represent things happening on the 28th or 29th of the month, or something happening in 28 or 29 days. So these are the significator cards, Man and Woman. And last but not least, we have card number 30, Lilies. Its keywords are sensuality and peace, and its alignment is positive. Now, right, just straight out the gate, a lot of people have very different feelings when it comes to the Lilies card and the Whip card. Some people think the Whip is the sex card. Some people think the Lilies is the sex card. Some people think Whip is about discipline and hard work, and some people think Lilies is about patience and old age. I'm going to share with you the way I feel about the Lilies card, but totally go your own way with whatever makes the most sense to you. So, the Lilies card often represents a sensual experience. This can show up as luxuriating your physical vessel with a warm bath or a delicious meal. It can show up as sex with partners or masturbation. It can also show up as enjoying the feel of clean sheets in bed. Like, it's that easy. It can also speak to a feeling of serenity that emanates from within, of a time to slow down or a time to relax. Now, in questions of timing, it can describe an event happening during a very happy time in your life, during a very pleasurable time or moment in your life. And as card number 30, it can also describe an event taking place on the 30th of the month or in 30 days. So that is the Lilies card, and that's where we're going to stop for today. So I hope you enjoyed this and found this video helpful. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out in the comment section below. If you're interested in this deck, I will link it in the description box below. And in that description box, I will also include a little cheat sheet that I made for Lenormand meetings. So, if that's something you're into, you can go download that for free. In the meantime, thank you so much for spending time with me today, and I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day. Until the next time, bye-bye.